The Black Throne remembers. Testament 2, the one beyond. That which created all things cannot be contained by the things it created. The eternal silence remained unchanged. No star had yet burned. No law had yet spoken. No thought had yet crossed the endless stillness. Yet, the possibility that had awakened within the silence did not belong to the silence itself. It belonged to one who had never been created. Before the first beginning, he already was. Before existence knew itself, he remained. Before truth received a name, he was truth. Not because truth belonged to him, but because every truth would one day belong to him. No hand formed him, no word summoned him, no force sustained him, no law governed him. For every law that would ever exist would one day flow from his will. He possessed no throne, for authority requires another to rule. He possessed no crown, for a crown is worn only by one among many. He sought no worship, for perfection lacks nothing. He desired no followers, for completeness cannot be increased. To call him eternal would be incomplete, for eternity itself had not yet begun. To call him infinite would be too small, for infinity is merely a measure. And he existed before measure. Nothing stood beside him, nothing stood before him, nothing stood beyond him. For beyond him there was no beyond. If every star were extinguished, he would remain. If every realm were forgotten, he would remain. If every soul chose to deny him, he would remain, for existence depends upon him. He depends upon nothing. Yet, within perfect completeness, a single thought emerged, not from loneliness. For loneliness belongs to those who lack companionship, not from desire. For desire belongs to those who seek what they do not possess. Not from necessity, for necessity belongs to limitation. It arose from something far greater, a gift. He looked upon the unwritten possibility of existence, not because he required a universe, but because a universe could become something beautiful. He did not seek servants, he imagined children. He did not imagine rulers, he imagined choice. He did not imagine perfection, he imagined growth. For the first time, the one beyond smiled, not because something pleased him, but because he chose to give without expecting to receive. That smile was never seen, yet from it, every future sunrise would borrow its warmth. Every act of kindness would carry its echo. Every soul that chose compassion over power would unknowingly reflect that first smile. Then, the one beyond made the first decision, not to rule, not to conquer, not to command, but to create. And with that choice, the first chapter of reality prepared to begin. Reflection. True power is not measured by what it can command. It is measured by what it chooses to create. Thus ends the Second Testament. The Black Throne remembers.